All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Forged and Risen podcast. Today, we're doing something a little different. This is a special edition episode, and I want to introduce you to an idea that I think is simple, creative, and damn interesting. Before we get into it, go check out the website, claimasquare.com. That's claimasquare.com. The internet is full of places to post, scroll, search, advertise, and promote. Every day we're bombarded with content. One post replaces another, and one video disappears behind the next. But what if there were one visual place where a project, a business, a creator, a studio, or an idea could claim a spot and become part of something bigger? That's the idea behind claimasquare.com. Imagine a shared digital canvas made up of 1 million pixels. Every part of that canvas can become a destination. A designer would be able to place a logo there and connect it to a portfolio. An independent founder can point people toward a new product. A studio can connect its square to its services or booking page. A podcaster can send people directly to their show. A newsletter writer can connect their space to their latest issue. A creator, maker, local business, freelancer, or entrepreneur can claim a visible piece of the canvas and give people somewhere meaningful to go. The concept is simple. You choose a space. You add an image or logo, you attach a link, and suddenly that small space becomes a doorway. Here's the part that really caught my attention. A 10 by 10 pixel advertising space costs $1. $1. Claimasquare.com isn't promising instant traffic or guaranteed customers. It's offering something much more straightforward, a place to be found. If you're an entrepreneur, creator, or small business owner, you know how difficult it can be to get noticed. You can have a great idea and nobody knows it exists. Claimasquare.com creates a different kind of environment. Instead of another endless social media feed, imagine a giant visual canvas where people can explore. You see one square and discover a designer. Another takes you to a product, podcast, business, or somewhere unexpected. The squares become a visual map of people building, and that's where the founding 100 squares come into play. Claimasquare.com is opening with the first 100 projects, makers, studios, creators, founders, and small businesses that want to become part of the first layer of this digital canvas. And I like the idea of being early. You're not just buying space, you're helping create the first layer. And that's where I think claimasquare.com connects with something we talk about here on Forged and Risen. Building something doesn't always start with a huge investment. It doesn't always start with thousands of followers. It doesn't always start with a perfect business plan. Sometimes it starts with an idea. Sometimes it starts with one decision. Sometimes it starts with one small step, and then you build from there. That's what being forged is about. You take an idea, you put some work behind it, you take the risk of putting it out into the world, and then you see what happens. But there's another important part to this. Every square should lead somewhere real. If you're a designer, let it lead to your work. If you're a business, let it lead to your services. If you're a founder, let it lead to your product. If you're a podcaster, let it lead to your show. The goal isn't to make the loudest claim. It's to help the right person discover something real. I think the internet could use more of that. Less noise, less endless scrolling, less content that disappears, and more places where people can discover something useful, creative, different, and real. That's what makes claimasquare.com worth paying attention to. If enough people participate, that 1 million pixel canvas could become much more than advertising. It could become a living collection of independent businesses, creators, products, services, communities, stories, and ideas. Because claimasquare.com is being built in public, the people who show up early help create the first layer. So if you're a founder, designer, creator, podcaster, small business owner, maker, studio, or somebody building something you believe is worth discovering, take a look at claimasquare.com. But remember this, you don't have to own the whole canvas to make your mark. Sometimes you just have to claim your square. This is the Forged and Risen podcast. Keep building, keep pushing, keep taking those small ideas and turning them into something real. Before we close out, learn more about the Forged and Risen movement at forgedandrisen.com. There you'll find the books, podcasts, tools, and everything we're building to help you become stronger, more disciplined, and more intentional. Don't just listen. Take action. Keep building. Keep growing. This is Forged and Risen. Stay forged.